Hello, fellas. Wait. Some time ago, I posted this meme, live reaction to the content reveal stream. What is the thing that hypes you the most? So as you can see, I picked this template and put some pictures. Wow! But we don't care about this meme. We're here for the answers. Zergo says, much more common regals and exalts, and other changes, like change item rarity, double essences, no scouring, around the idea that items on the ground should matter much more. Simple Cranberry 5914 said, I think people are sleeping on this a lot. If crafting currency drops like rain, crafting is going to be way more fun and accessible. Nobody really used the currency for what they are, chaos, exalt, div, because they were a form of money. Now, if they really are more common, just YOLOing an item to see if you can make it usable will be fun. As it is now, I would never just mindlessly chaos an item or put an exalt on it, because it's like throwing money in the garbage. Contrite 17 said, same. Slamming exalts is just fun and I want to do it more. And M4 Jickelson answered, I poked so hard on the crafting currency changes and rarity changes, crafting will have much lower floor now, and I'm so for it. So I generally agree with these guys. In the past video, I said that I was doubtful about the fact that there was no scoring anymore. But it is true that upon the course of its life, PoE 1 crafting has evolved to reach a position that definitely has its props. If you want a game with difficult and complete crafting system, you have PoE 1. But for the start of a game, I think PoE 2 is going the right direction. Next we have Mo the Lion, who's hyped about mercenary playstyle. Clune Carl answered, doesn't even have to be mercenary class, thinking Deadeye Grenadier could be interesting. To me, it just sounds like explosive concoction, but fancy. Mr. Leth answered, don't ruin it for me. And Gold just posted a message that you'll have to discover for yourself. So I agree with Mother Lion, this one. Mercenary playstyle is definitely on the top of my list. I mean, I do want to play every class, right? They all look so cool. But you kinda have to choose what to start with. And at the very top of my list, there is Monk and Mercenary. Next, we have Dave 3000 that says, think this endless delve infinitely atlas is pretty wild. Jazim answered, depending on how it's implemented and how we can input, change, manipulate it, it could just about be my most looking forward to seeing feature. Dave 3000 followed, yeah, just imagine the cracked up shit you can find far there. I'm so with him. I really think GGG devs put some tremendous things and Easter eggs far in the atlas. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe Dave is wrong. Meanwhile, Modix answered, I personally love the concept, but I was never one to chuck in 200 of the same map played under the optimal circumstances. If they make good lucky combos worthwhile and interesting, as well as a method of picking out your favorite tile sets, most of the time it should be good. But if it is green flavor map versus brown flavor map, it's going to be less fun. So definitely an argument there. The points I agree the most with is, if they make good lucky combos worthwhile and interesting, I think it will be the case. I don't think we will reach tremendous level of juice and interaction at the very start of the game, right? But I think the Atlas as it is has the opportunity to evolve in such wild and different ways that I'm a civilization lover, you know? Give me a map that I can explore in every direction and you've got me. I'm that easy. Holo Decoding answered, experiencing a new journey in one of my most loved games ever played. I cannot disagree. I mean, I'm still a recent player when you consider the time scale of Path of Exile, right? I've been playing for a year only. The feeling for people that have been playing this game for 10 years. Holy. Onto Odysseus answer. Easier linking, easier respec, multiple skills, gold and vendors being relevant during the campaign, and interesting boss fights. With Frank Punk answering, Faustus, my beloved. So I believe in PoE 2 it will be Alva ensuring the trading work that Faustus is currently embracing in 3.25. But yes, I agree with everything. In hindsight, the linking being moved out of the items is such a good decision. I don't think it was an easy decision because it was scrapping a core element that was in PoE 1, but I really think it's a good decision. Now, I don't know if I want it in PoE 1. I think I would prefer PoE 1 sticking to what it is. But for PoE 2, yes, yeah, all for it. Easier respec. We saw it with PoE 1 a bit. It's cool, it's awesome. I remember doing my first build, doing absolutely nothing, clicking on passive skills I wasn't even using, and then noticing and thinking, I should use this point differently. And then I couldn't. That was good times. But it should also make it so that new players, and players in general, are less inclined to follow a build guide. In PoE 1, I'm still using build guide up to this day. I pledge never to use a build guide in PoE 2. Vendors being relevant during the campaign, it's yet to see exactly, but from what they said, it's going toward this direction, yes. In interesting boss fights, of course. When I played PoE, my first experience playing PoE, I saw that the bosses, at least the campaign bosses and then the Atlas bosses, were not released yesterday, right? But they still had some things to offer. I think PoE aged really well. It's also thanks to the GGG team that constantly upgrades the graphics, the sounds. They do a tremendous job, and you can see it when you look at old PoE videos. But yes, I think PoE 2 will be way more inclined to boss fighting, and their boss have been tailored in consequence. Masculine GNU answered, keeping old League mechanics. I really like the lore mechanics, NPCs and voice acting, crafting, mats, unique items, etc. from old League mechanics like Delirium, Expedition, etc. And it's fun that we don't have to say goodbye to them. I really hope they add Blight though. Cassia is fun and the Blight mechanic is completely unique. Financial Fee answered, Jonathan said in the Q&A with Darth microtransaction and Gazi that Blight is one of the easiest things they could implement, and that they already have a lot of assets in Act 5 that would fit, so there's hope. Not some beans, followed with, we've seen them pull assets from PoE 2 to make PoE 1 leagues a bunch lately, willing to bet that all the new mob types that spawn from Petrified Embers settlers encounters are from Act 5. I also am really glad to see right from the start the integration of some very iconic PoE 1 mechanics. We saw that they changed crafting mats, and I don't know to which extent they will bring unique items, but I think we can trust them in adapting the items to fit the games they're in. And about Cassia, I do like Blight, but I would prefer it if it was made differently. And about that, Rockswarm actually has an answer that looks like it. Love Cassia, like the idea of tower defense. Hate the current execution. Big resource hog. The rare monster mods don't play nice with the Blight mechanics, and the loot system is carpal tunnel incarnate. And Bastille 123, following with PoE plays great on Steam Deck, but playing Blight, best you can hope for is not crushing, buddy, because that 2 FPS slideshow will kill you even if you have 20 minions working overtime for you. PoE 2 fix, please. So I definitely think that if we see Blight in PoE 2, it will not at all look like what we have currently in PoE, and I will go so far as to say that I think they will rework Blight in PoE alongside adding it to PoE 2, because I agree with the fact that the current implementation has a couple of flaws. Next we have absolutely nothing. Answering, saying that there is in fact an endgame and is not just all campaign. XXX Squares followed. It seems so obvious, yet no other developer has thought to do it. And I don't wanna sign up for loads. Years later's LE Monolith are still bare bones, even though all it needs is more content. So I don't think we can blame Last Epoch for not having a dense endgame still. The game in terms of time scale is still brand new. They are at the same spot that PoE was when it launched. I trust they will fill the endgame up, given some time. But going back to the original answer, yes, I am glad they took the full shift in order to provide a very, very complete endgame for a early access launch. I can't wait to find out what there is in this citadel, man. Underscore Benska underscore answered, yes. Frank Punk followed with, yes, all of it. I'm basically right there, right? A Tempest of Words answered, the whole game just looked fucking rad. I liked PoE enough to run through it once or twice, but I'm beyond hyped for this iteration. Debating if I want to play Monk, Sorc, or Witch. Well, I'm telling you, I'm playing Monk, that's for sure. But what they did with Sorceress and Witch is also very interesting. Midas followed with, a favorite thing is hard to pick for sure, it all looks good. We'll be trying all classes in Act 1, the minion distribution system looks great, the overlapping towers on the Atlas for adding link content is cool too, it's like cleaner, more intuitive sextants. Also being able to use multiple skills properly and the UI for them makes me want to try everything. It's less intimidating than a vendor with hundreds of skills just sitting there. There's a lot here. A Tempest of Words followed with, so much here. The more I see, the more I want to do. Lol. I just love the energy. Krampus answered, not a slow-ass gameplay we were seeing, some past face clearing imagery really settled my fears. Yes! I talked about it in my previous video, it was basically all that was left for the tip to scale. And they did it. Simple Cranberry 5914, yet again, with an answer. I think they found a perfect balance. Monster density looked great, and you can still move around pretty good. I do love Zoom Zoom, but at some point, things do need to slow down. It's just better for the overall game and longevity. I can't imagine how tough it is to try to build mechanics and interesting monsters when you can blow up 2 screens away. That is a very pertinent take. I think they do face the problem every now and then in PoE, thinking, oh, we could do this, we could do that, but always with this feeling that it might not be implemented or received the way we would like to. So that's it for this video, folk. Just me and the lads being hyped. Don't hesitate to tell me what hypes you the most in the comments. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye, Exiles.